Hey everyone, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the MCQ session on finance current affairs. थ्योरी क्लास कब हुई थी? तो यार थर्सडे को ही होती है हमेशा 8 PM पे. ओके, थर्सडे 8 PM. सो नो प्रॉब्लम. लुक्स लाइक आप लोग बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ाई कर रहे हो. सो दैट्स ग्रेट. लेट्स क्विकली start the today's session related to the MCQs. Before starting, would like to share a news with you all that we are launching a revision marathon, that too on YouTube. So these are the dates. You can have a look at the dates. You can mark the dates, and definitely these sessions are going to be valuable sessions for you all. I'll be also taking RBI circular related directions and report related MCQs on 14th and 15th of October at 1 PM. Okay. So close to 2 to 3 hour session will be there. Let's make the best out of it. So the very first question for today, guys. India has been progressively aligning with the global Basel III standards to enhance the resilience of its banking sector. Starting from 1st of October 2025, a key update will impact how certain capital instruments are treated as per the new framework. What is the maximum percentage of the risk weighted assets RWAs that can be contributed by the PDIs issued overseas in 81. Here the correct choice is, guys, 1.5%. Okay, 1.5% is the correct choice. That's the maximum percentage of RWA that can be contributed by the PDI issued overseas in the additional tier 1 capital. Next one. Despite being a major consumer and importer of gold, India maintains a strict restrictions on bank financing related to the precious metals. However, a fewer exceptions exist in specific sectors. Which of the following is an approved exception where the banks can provide loans despite of the prohibition? So this is basically related to your RBI circular only. Now we all know that loan against gold is permitted, but loan for buying gold and silver is not permitted. However, if you are in the jewelry business, then in that case, gold will be your raw material, and this loan again becomes a working capital finance rather than a loan for buying gold, right? So gold here is not an asset or an investment for the jeweler. That's a raw material, right? He's using gold to make the jewelry out of it. So that's why that's a working capital loan. So that's permitted. Next one, in a move to encourage the responsible self-regulation among the non-bank lenders, RBI has granted us SRO status to a key body. Very, very important. SRO, self-regulatory organization, to a key body, enhancing the governance and oversight on the NBFCs. On the NBFCs, very, very important. What will be the correct choice, guys? FIDC, okay, began. What about others? The correct choice here is option B, Finance Industry Development Council. This will be the SRO for the lending NBFCs, basically for the NBFC. Can be very, very important for your examination. Next one, Asian Development Outlook released in September 2025 projected a GDP growth rate for financial year 2026. What is the GDP growth rate of financial year 2026 as per the ADB outlook? And what about 2027? 6.5 for 2026. What about 2027, guys? That is also 6.5 only. Government receipt play a vital role in fiscal planning and budgeting till the end of the August 2025. How much had the government of India received in terms of the total receipts? So this was a recently published data. This data is till the August 2025. So 6.3 Abhigyan, I think was some other organization estimate related to 2027. For ADB it was 6.5 only, right? I think it was a World Bank estimate if I'm not wrong. वहाँ पे 6.3 था, है ना? हमने कल चार्ट बना के डिस्कस भी किया था. 6.3 आपके वर्ल्ड बैंक का एस्टिमेट है. ओके, एडीबी का 6.5 ही है ना? चार्ट बनाया था हमने, अगर आपको याद हो तो कल क्लास में. यस, द करेक्ट चॉइस हियर विल बी ऑप्शन बी. ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट चॉइस. दैट्स द टोटल रिसीट का नंबर. नेक्स्ट वन, द जीएसटी कलेक्शन फॉर सितंबर 2025. ग्रॉस जीएसटी कलेक्शन फॉर सितंबर 2025. This is having the impact of the GST 2.0 as well. That's 1.89 lakh crore. Okay, option C. Next one, to improve the credit accessibility in the rural and semi-urban India, in semi-urban area in India, especially for the gold loans, two financial institutions have recently collaborated under the co-lending model. Which two players have collaborated for this gold loan focused co-lending arrangements here? Which were the two players that collaborated for the co-lending model? Any idea about this one, guys? It was BOB and IIFL. Perfect. BOB and IIFL. Very good. Next one, to enhance the insurance reach and streamline the bank assurance distribution, a notable general insurer has entered into tie-up with the Equitas Small Finance Bank. Which general insurer has recently tied with the Equitas SFB? Is it HDFC? Is it Bajaj Alliance, Tata AIG, ICICI Lombard, or SBI General Insurance? Which is the one? It is the Tata AIG General Insurance. Okay, Tata AIG General Insurance. Next one. To bring innovation in the digital lending, Axis Bank has collaborated with a fintech player to introduce a unique gold-backed credit line linked via UPI. This can be important. Who is Axis Bank's partner in this UPI-based initiative? This can be important. Why? Because again, it's related to UPI. It's related to credit. Correct choice here is Freecharge. Okay, Freecharge is the entity who has collaborated with Axis Bank for the same. To facilitate the recovery of dormant investments, SEBI has launched a digital platform aimed at helping investors to trace their inactive and unclaimed mutual fund folios. What is the name? Actually, ये news तो पहले आ गई थी, but this particular platform is completely started full-fledged. ये अपने operation start कर चुका है 1st of October से. Right, Mitra platform, which is mutual fund investment tracing and retrieval assistant. Mutual fund investment tracing and retrieval assistant. Perfect. To strengthen the MSME ecosystem, the SIDBI has launched a new scheme focused on empowering the industry association and improving competitiveness. What is the name of this particular initiative? Can be important for your examination. It is the DIA, Development of Industry Associations, DIA, Development of Industry Association. Expanding its insurance reach, the RBI Bank has signed a bank assurance agreement with one of the largest life insurer in the country. Which insurer is now in partnership with the RBL Bank? So there are two bank assurance agreement in this particular week. That's Life Insurance Corporation, right? Very good. LIC is the one. In an effort to offer retirement solution to the gig economy workers, a major food delivery company has launched a pension model linked to the NPS, which is being monitored by the PFRDA, which is the name of the company that has rolled out this NPS based initiative recently. Yes, it was Zomato. Option C, for the gig workers, for the delivery agents, basically it's a pension product which is being rolled out. The Reserve Bank of India has taken steps towards enabling the Indian banks to finance high value strategic deals involving the Indian corporates. This includes a segment that was earlier constrained due to a regulatory norm. Can be important. Which of the following transactions are now being allowed to be financed by the Indian banks? By the Indian banks. That is mergers and acquisitions. Okay, option C, mergers and acquisition is the correct choice here. M&A. As part of aligning with the global regulatory standards, the Reserve Bank of India has announced the timeline for implementing the revised Basel III capital adequacy norms for the commercial banks in India, and this implementation is going to enhance the risk management and capital planning as well. Can you guys tell me the date from which these revised norms are going to be applicable? Yes, that is 1st of April 2027. 1st of April 2027. Option C here will be the correct choice. To ensure accurate risk representation in the credit exposure, the RBI will introduce a new standardized approach for the credit risk. Can you tell me what is the key feature applicable to these kind of segment under the new draft for certain asset classes like MSMEs and residential real estate that are going to benefit from this particular regulatory incentive? Yes, it is the lower risk weight, perfect. In a move to enhance the secure online transaction, a fintech player and a private sector bank have jointly launched a biometric card authentication mechanism. This can be important, which is compliant with the RBI guidelines. Which two entities are involved in this particular initiative? So, Razorpay and Yes Bank is the correct choice. Razorpay and Yes Bank have launched a biometric card for authentication mechanism that is very much compliant with the RBI guidelines as well. Perfect. Tell me the revised growth rate for the financial year 2026 by the World Bank here. So if I talk about ADB for FY 26, for FY 27, the rate is 6.5% only. But if I talk about the World Bank for 26, it is 6.5%. For 27, it is 6.3%. Okay. So here the correct choice will be 6.5% only. Next one, as part of the new regulatory framework to foster innovation and cross-border experimentation, RBI has clarified the roles of multiple entities involved in the interoperable regulatory sandbox. So we have discussed about the interoperable regulatory sandbox yesterday. IORS, if you guys remember, which department is entrusted with the preliminary scrutiny of the applications here. So interoperable regulatory sandbox is nothing but बहुत सारी regulatory bodies का एक sandbox, right? The preliminary scrutiny of any entity in the IORS will be done by the Department of Fintech RBI, right? Fintech Department RBI. This is for the preliminary scrutiny. And what about the detailed scrutiny, guys? Who will be doing the detailed scrutiny? Which entity will be doing the detailed scrutiny here? Principal regulator, right? And what do you mean by principal regulator? Say for example, if RBI and SEBI are doing the work and most of the things in that platform, in that entity relates to RBI, relates to more of banking. So it's falling within the scope of RBI. So can I say that RBI will be the principal regulator, right? RBI will be the principal regulator. Yes, multiple features, major features of that particular entity is falling in the area of RBI, then RBI will be the principal regulator. If it's falling in SEBI, then SEBI will be the principal regulator. Perfect. Next one. To boost the credit accessibility and widen the financial inclusion, RBI has modified the ECB norms for NBFCs. The earlier cap on the foreign borrowings has now been removed. What is the revised threshold that NBFCs can now raise under the ECB route? It is as of now $1 billion or more, right? $1 billion or more. So this is now changed, can be important. Next one, to improve liquidity and support the capital market, RBI has proposed a new cap on the loan amount that individuals can now avail from banks for financing the IPOs and purchase of listed share. What is the proposed individual loan limit? So this is the proposed limit. This is not as of now final. It is the proposed limit. That's 1 crore. Okay, that's 1 crore. To better reflect the real cost of living and food access in India, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation (MOSPI) has released a revised discussion paper 2.0. It proposes the significant changes in how certain government benefits are accounted for the CPI computation. Under this proposal, which specific component distributed under the PDS will be factored into CPI. That will be free or subsidized food grains. Okay, free or subsidized food grains. Option D is the correct choice. Option D is the correct choice. Next one, can you tell me the HSBC services PMI value for the September 2025 month? A very simple one. That's 60.9, right? That's 60.9. And the last question for today, to ensure the continuation of the export incentives and the support merchant export sector, the Indian government has extended the scheme aimed at refunding embedded taxes and duties. Till what date has the RODTEP scheme has now been extended? So that's a homework question for all of you. Let me know later on in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining the session. See you soon in some other video, right? Bye bye, take care. So this was a short session only, बहुत ज़्यादा news थी नहीं, right? So close to, we have done 15 or something question, 15 to 20 question, that's it. Okay, मिलते हैं अगले session में. Bye bye, take care, see you soon.